An excellent illustration of Dexter's armor construction and his ability to escape situations that would probably trip most people up was provided in episode 7. There are further instances in Dexter, Resurrection that demonstrate Dexter hasn't lost his touch, in addition to these from episode 7. He hasn't missed a step since coming to New York, from stealing the automobile of the recently deceased patient, who, he discovered, had no living family or friends, to utilizing Blessing to learn more about the dark passenger killer, and then expertly posing as Ronald "Red" Schmidt. For instance, in Murder Horny, episode 5, Dexter came up with the ideal scheme to eliminate Lady Vengeance, also known as Mia, without killing her in order to allay more suspicions about him. He broke into her house, put Ryan's watch in her victim trophy music box, then waited and contacted the police with a phony accent to report a suspected murder in the hopes that she would be apprehended and taken into custody. Then, in Cats and Mouse episode 6, the focus moved to Gareth, also known as the Gemini Killer, when Dexter displayed his remarkable ability to manipulate people. When he was found following Gareth, he covered his tracks, which only served to bolster his obviously enormous ego. He said he was just a huge fan and had been captivated by him since they first met at Leon's dinner party. Dexter is astute enough to know that Gareth would be wary of him, even as he gets ready to give him a medication. Knowing that Gareth would want to exchange glasses before taking a sip, he offered himself the spiked drink. Who is at the top now? After the drugs take effect, Dexter asked a slouched-over Gareth, demonstrating once again that he is the most intelligent murderer in the world. He has spent decades avoiding capture. However, this does not imply that Dexter has not been close to being apprehended despite his more than 3 decades of effective killing. As shown in the prequel series Dexter, Original Sin, it occurred multiple times when he was first starting out. But even when he became an experienced assassin, Dexter still came dangerously near too many times to list, and occasionally, pure luck also came into play. The first involved one of the returning characters from Dexter, Resurrection, in ghost form, of course, Sergeant James Doakes, who was able to determine that something was wrong with Dexter. When he eventually located the blood slides, his theory was validated. However, a string of fortunate events resulted in Doakes being called the Bay Harbor Butcher in addition to being slain rather than Dexter. Dexter couldn't kill Doakes since he didn't follow the code, yet he still died before he could tell the truth. Furthermore, there are rumors that Agent Frank Lundy was aware of Dexter's identity the entire time but chose to remain silent in order to protect Debra. In an attempt to save himself at the end of Season 3, Miguel Prado tried to accuse Dexter once more, but Dexter was ahead of him. In order to avoid upsetting Debra, he eventually backed off after Joey Quinn caught him looking at a drawing of Kyle Butler, a man who had a friendship with Arthur Mitchell, also known as the Trinity Killer, in Season 4. Dexter then utilized his access to evidence to exonerate Joey of any charges against him. As a blood spatter analyst for Miami Metro at the time, Dexter had access to the police database and evidence, which allowed him to conceal, expose, or alter anything he desired. He needs to be more imaginative now, of course. Debra, who has caught Dexter and Lumen in the act, is only a few feet away in Season 5 of the original series. Debra's compassion for Jordan Chase's victims and a straightforward white sheet concealing their identity are the only things that keep him alive. Dexter is able to persuade Debra to keep it a secret even after she discovers who he really is at the end of Season 6. Detective Maria LaGuerta's discovery of Dexter's identity in Season 7, which starts with the lost blood slide she discovers at Travis Marshall's crime scene at the conclusion of Season 6, is the last nail in his coffin. But once more, LaGuerta passes away and Dexter is set free because of his sister's devotion. The Total Collateral Damage. Dexter's skills, access, and mastery of manipulation allow him to weave and bob his way out of custody, but his escape is not without consequences. Many innocent lives have been indirectly lost as a result of Dexter's acts, as the 3 spirits who visit him in Dexter, Resurrection Episode 1, A Beating Heart, point out. Many of these individuals, including Rita, James, Maria, and Debra, were close to him. It raises the question, are Dexter's acts truly beneficial in the long run, even though they frequently cause the deaths of innocent people, even though they are ostensibly assisting by getting rid of bad individuals? Some fatalities, like those of Doakes and LaGuerta, are directly related to someone attempting to shield him. Dexter, Resurrection continues to demonstrate why Dexter has become the most prolific fictional killer in the United States, regardless of the consequences. Even without access to a police database, he has perfected the art of resourcefulness. Everywhere he goes, he captivates and wins people over. Dexter is changing as he ages, becoming more cunning at concealing his identity while occasionally coming across as arrogant.